Star Trek: The Next Generation may be more popular, but there's one specific way that Star Trek: Discovery has topped TNG. Star Trek: The original series' enduring popularity in syndication created a franchise that has lasted nearly 60 years. The original Star Trek launched a successful string of movies, and in 1987, a new Star Trek was created for a new era, Star Trek: The Next Generation, which became a wellspring for a revolutionary expansion of the Star Trek universe on network TV and syndication. Like Star Trek: The Next Generation, Star Trek: Discovery also kicked off a new era. With its 2017 premiere, Star Trek: Discovery ended a 12-year drought of Star Trek TV shows after the 2005 cancellation of Star Trek: Enterprise. Discovery also brought Star Trek into the streaming era, where new Star Trek is now found exclusively on Paramount Plus and Netflix in the case of Star Trek: Prodigy. Like Star Trek: The Next Generation, Discovery was the flashpoint of another expansion of the Star Trek universe that could become even bigger than what TNG built. Star Trek: The Next Generation continues to be more beloved by legions of Star Trek fans, but Star Trek: Discovery has created more spin-offs than TNG. Discovery's successful 5 seasons on Paramount Plus led to the advent of Star Trek: Picard, Star Trek: Lower Decks, Star Trek: Prodigy, Star Trek: Strange New Worlds, Star Trek: Section 31, and soon, Star Trek: Starfleet Academy. In addition, Star Trek on Paramount Plus also produced Star Trek: Short Treks and the animated Star Trek: Very Short Treks. Although only Strange New Worlds, Lower Decks, and Section 31 are directly tied to Discovery, it's an impressive count of 8 spin-offs in a variety of formats, with more potentially on the way. In contrast, Star Trek: The Next Generation spawned 3 spin-offs: Star Trek: Deep Space Nine, Star Trek: Voyager, and Star Trek: Enterprise. DS9 and Voyager were set concurrently with TNG, and together they opened up the breadth of Star Trek's 24th century universe. Star Trek: Enterprise was the franchise's first prequel set 200 years before TNG that helped build the foundation of Starfleet's history of exploration. However, Star Trek: Discovery's streaming era is far behind Star Trek: The Next Generation when it comes to Star Trek movie spin-offs. TNG made the leap to feature films in 1994 with Star Trek Generations. 3 more followed: 1996's Star Trek: First Contact, 1998 Star Trek: Insurrection, and 2002 Star Trek: Nemesis. While TNG's movies vary in quality and audience affection, Star Trek: First Contact is generally regarded as a classic and one of the best overall Star Trek movies.